The universe is a vast and unpredictable place. Stars are born, planets collide, and entire solar systems drift through the cosmos. But while we often look to the heavens for inspiration, some of the greatest dangers to our planet may not come from above, but from the darkness of deep space. Rogue planets, mysterious worlds unbound by any star, roam the galaxy like cosmic wanderers. Unlike the planets in our solar system, which follow predictable orbits around the Sun, rogue planets travel alone, untethered, moving through the void on unknown trajectories. But what if one of these dark worlds were heading toward us? What if, right now, a massive, unseen planet was hurtling through interstellar space on a path that would bring it dangerously close to Earth? Could such an encounter spell disaster for our planet? To understand this threat, we first have to ask, what exactly is a rogue planet? What are rogue planets? Scientists estimate that for every star in our galaxy, there may be at least one rogue planet, possibly more. That means billions, maybe even trillions, of these lonely worlds could be drifting through the Milky Way, unseen and undetected. But how do they form? In many cases, rogue planets are born like any other world, inside a developing solar system. However, during the violent early years of planetary formation, powerful gravitational interactions can eject some planets from their orbits, sending them spiraling into the darkness of interstellar space. Other rogue planets may have formed entirely alone, in regions of space where there was never enough material to create a star. These planets, often frozen and lifeless, wander the cosmos without the warmth of a sun. And while some are small, rocky worlds, others could be as large as Jupiter, or even bigger. If a massive rogue planet were to drift into our solar system, the consequences could be catastrophic. The danger they pose. A direct collision with Earth would be the worst-case scenario, but even if a rogue planet passed by at a safe distance, the results could still be devastating. Imagine a gas giant, 10 times the mass of Jupiter, entering our solar system. Its immense gravity could distort planetary orbits, disrupting the delicate balance that has kept our solar system stable for billions of years. Earth's orbit might be stretched into an elongated shape, leading to chaotic climate shifts, blistering heat waves followed by deep freezes. And if the rogue planet came too close, it could fling Earth out of the solar system entirely. Our world, once teeming with life, would become a frozen, drifting wasteland, doomed to wander the galaxy in eternal darkness. Even if Earth remained intact, the gravitational disturbances could shift the orbits of asteroids and comets, sending a rain of deadly impacts toward our planet. A single asteroid, large enough, could cause a mass extinction, just like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. Have we seen one before? If rogue planets are so common, have we ever detected one? Because they do not orbit a star, rogue planets are almost invisible. They do not shine like stars, nor do they reflect much light. The only way we can detect them is through a phenomenon known as gravitational microlensing. When a rogue planet passes in front of a distant star, its gravity bends the light, briefly magnifying the background star like a cosmic lens. Using this method, astronomers have already discovered a handful of rogue planets, some as large as Jupiter, others no bigger than Earth. But these detections are rare and fleeting. The truth is, we may have only scratched the surface. There could be countless more drifting unseen through space. And that raises an unsettling question. If a rogue planet were heading toward our solar system, how soon would we know? Would we see it coming before it was too late? We now understand what rogue planets are. Cosmic wanderers, untethered from any star, drifting unseen through the dark void of space. But what happens if one of these lonely worlds enters our solar system? What kind of destruction could it unleash? And most importantly, would we stand a chance of surviving? A direct collision with Earth would be catastrophic beyond imagination. But even if a rogue planet never physically touches us, its mere presence could spell doom. Gravity is a force that shapes entire galaxies, and when a massive intruder enters an already delicate celestial balance, the results can be devastating. The power of gravity. To understand the threat, we must first grasp how gravity truly works. Every object with mass exerts a gravitational pull on everything around it. The larger the mass, the stronger the pull. This is why Earth orbits the Sun. It's held in place by the Sun's immense gravity. But this stability is fragile. If a rogue planet, especially one the size of Jupiter or larger, were to drift into our solar system, its gravitational influence could disrupt planetary orbits in ways we can barely predict. The slightest shift in Earth's trajectory could push us closer to the Sun, turning our planet into a scorched wasteland. Or it could fling us outward, sending us into a deep freeze from which we'd never recover. This phenomenon is known as orbital perturbation, a disturbance in the delicate gravitational balance of a planetary system. Even if the rogue planet doesn't come near Earth, it could disturb the orbits of the gas giants, which in turn would affect our planet in a deadly chain reaction. Imagine Jupiter being nudged closer to the Sun. The gravitational forces on Earth would shift, causing massive earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions as the planet struggles to maintain its balance. The Moon's orbit could be altered, causing tides to become unpredictable, devastating coastlines around the world. What if it collides? But what if the rogue planet was on a direct collision course with Earth? What if we had no way to stop it? The energy released in such an impact would be beyond anything humanity, or even Earth, has ever experienced. When an asteroid just 10 kilometers wide struck the planet 66 million years ago, it wiped out the dinosaurs and reshaped the planet's climate. Now imagine something thousands of times larger. A rogue planet the size of Mars or even larger, colliding with Earth. The force of impact would vaporize entire continents. Shock waves would travel through the Earth's crust, shattering the planet's surface. A superheated debris cloud would be launched into space, blocking out the Sun and plunging the Earth into darkness. The oceans would boil. The atmosphere itself would be stripped away, leaving behind a scorched, lifeless rock. Nothing would survive. And if the rogue planet were large enough, it wouldn't just destroy Earth, it could shatter it, breaking our planet apart into a field of debris that would eventually coalesce into a new asteroid belt, orbiting the Sun as the ghost of a world that once was. A near miss could be just as bad. Perhaps the most terrifying reality is that a collision isn't even necessary to cause destruction on a planetary scale. If a rogue planet simply passed close enough to disrupt Earth's orbit, the consequences would unfold over months or years. At first, we might notice slight changes, longer or shorter seasons, unusual weather patterns. Then, as our orbit destabilizes, those changes would become extreme. Earth could become locked in a new, highly elliptical orbit, sending us through cycles of intense heat and freezing cold. Agriculture would collapse. Oceans would shift. Civilization, as we know it, would crumble under the weight of unpredictable and extreme climate shifts. Even worse, if Earth were ejected from the solar system entirely, a fate known as planetary ejection, we would become a rogue planet ourselves, forever drifting in the cold, lifeless void, with no sun to provide warmth. The last survivors would watch the sun fade into a distant dot before the planet slowly freezes solid. Is this how our world ends? A lone traveler in the dark, swallowed by the emptiness of space? Or is there hope? A rogue planet, an unstoppable force of nature, drifting toward our solar system. If such a doomsday scenario were to unfold, could humanity do anything to stop it? Could science, technology, or sheer ingenuity save Earth from total annihilation? The answer is complicated. While a rogue planet would be a catastrophe on an unimaginable scale, there are potential ways to mitigate the threat, if we detect it in time. From deflecting the incoming world to evacuating Earth itself, our only hope lies in the power of preparation, innovation, and perhaps a bit of luck. Detecting the threat. The first and most crucial factor in our survival would be early detection. Rogue planets, by their nature, are nearly invisible in space. They do not emit light like stars, and they are incredibly difficult to detect against the backdrop of the cosmos. They can only be seen when they pass in front of distant stars, momentarily bending their light, a phenomenon known as gravitational microlensing. Astronomers using powerful telescopes, such as NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, are on the lookout for these silent wanderers. But even if we spot a rogue planet on a collision course with our solar system, what then? Would we have years to prepare? Centuries? Or only months before impact? Time would be our most valuable resource and our deadliest enemy. Could we deflect a rogue planet? One possible solution is to change the rogue planet's course before it reaches us. Deflecting an object the size of a planet is no small feat. Unlike an asteroid, which might be nudged off course with nuclear explosives or impactor missions, a rogue planet's sheer size and gravitational force make it far more resistant to traditional methods. However, some theoretical options exist. 1. Gravity tractors. A spacecraft with immense mass could be sent to orbit near the rogue planet, slowly pulling it off course using gravitational attraction. This method, while effective for small asteroids, would likely be too slow and weak to influence something as massive as a rogue planet. Second, nuclear detonations. Could detonating nuclear weapons near the rogue planet create enough force to shift its trajectory? Possibly, but it would require an astronomical amount of energy. The force needed to push a planet-sized object even slightly off course would be beyond anything our current technology can generate. 3. Harnessing the power of the sun. Some scientists have proposed using the sun itself as a weapon. By setting up massive solar reflectors in space, we could focus the sun's energy onto the rogue planet, heating and vaporizing part of its surface. This could create an uneven thrust, potentially altering its path. Theoretically sound, but would we have enough time to build and deploy such a system? Can we escape? If we can't stop the rogue planet, could we leave Earth behind? The idea of planetary evacuation sounds like something from science fiction, but it may be the only way to ensure the survival of the human species. However, the challenges are immense. 1. The scale of evacuation. To evacuate even a fraction of Earth's population would require an unprecedented level of space travel infrastructure. Hundreds, if not thousands, of massive ships capable of carrying millions of people. As of now, no such fleet exists. 2. The search for a new home. Even if we could evacuate, where would we go? The closest potentially habitable exoplanet is Proxima Centauri b, located 4.2 light-years away. With current technology, reaching it would take thousands of years, far too long for an evacuation mission. 3. The Ark ship solution. Some scientists suggest building a massive self-sustaining space station, a kind of ark capable of carrying humanity for generations. This would allow humans to survive in space until a new home is found. But building such a structure would require more resources and technology than we currently possess. A last stand? If escape is impossible and deflection has failed, what remains? Some theories suggest that if we cannot save all of Earth, we might at least preserve a part of it. Underground shelters, deep-sea cities, or even hollowed-out asteroids could serve as refuges, protecting small populations until conditions stabilize. But if the rogue planet's gravitational forces disrupt Earth's orbit or cause a direct impact, even these last hopes might not be enough. Would we fight to the end, using every last resource to find a solution? Or would we accept our fate, watching as our world is forever changed, if not completely destroyed? Perhaps, in the end, all we can do is prepare and hope. But what if we already had a close call with a rogue planet? What if ancient myths and scientific evidence suggest that Earth has faced this danger before and survived? What if a rogue planet has already come dangerously close to Earth in the distant past? Throughout history, civilizations have spoken of cataclysmic events, tales of fire and floods, of skies darkened by strange celestial bodies. Could these stories be echoes of an encounter with a rogue planet? Could Earth have already survived the unthinkable? As we dig into ancient myths, scientific theories, and cosmic evidence, we may uncover a shocking truth. Ancient legends of celestial chaos. Many ancient civilizations described apocalyptic events tied to the heavens, stories of fire raining from the sky, of the world turning upside down, of days of darkness and destruction. For example, the Babylonian Enuma Elish, one of the oldest known creation myths, speaks of a celestial battle in which a cosmic force disrupts the heavens. Could this be an allegory for a rogue planet passing through? The Egyptians wrote of a time when the stars changed positions in the sky, an event so strange that even the sun itself behaved differently. Some researchers believe this could describe a gravitational disruption, possibly caused by a massive object moving through our solar system. And then there's the infamous Planet X, also known as Nibiru. A controversial theory suggests that an unknown planet, lurking in the depths of space, may have passed close to Earth in the past and could return again. Are these just myths and coincidences? Or do they hint at a real, forgotten cosmic event? Scientific evidence of past disruptions. Myths alone aren't enough to confirm such an event. But what about the physical evidence? Some scientists have proposed that a rogue planet or a wandering celestial body could have played a role in past mass extinctions. Here are some key clues. 1. The tilting of planets. Earth's axis tilts at 23.5 degrees, but it wasn't always this way. Some researchers believe that a massive gravitational force, perhaps from a rogue planet, could have altered this tilt in the distant past, changing Earth's climate dramatically. Mars, too, has an unstable tilt, shifting over time in ways that suggest external gravitational influences. 2. The Kuiper Belt disturbance. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy objects and dwarf planets. Strangely, some of these objects have highly unusual orbits. Scientists suspect that an unseen force, possibly a past encounter with a rogue planet, may have caused these disturbances. 3. The mysterious Great Dying. Around 252 million years ago, Earth experienced the worst mass extinction in history, known as the Permian-Triassic extinction, or the Great Dying. more than 90% of all life vanished. While volcanic eruptions and climate shifts are possible explanations, some scientists have theorized that a rogue planet or a passing massive object could have disturbed Earth's orbit, triggering catastrophic environmental changes. Could this have been a brush with a rogue planet? Did Earth narrowly escape a greater disaster? For decades, astronomers have searched for evidence of an unseen world lurking in the outer reaches of our solar system, an elusive object known as Planet X. Some believe that this planet, if it exists, may have drifted dangerously close in the past, causing disruptions in the orbits of Neptune and Uranus. Others suggest that it might still be out there, circling the Sun in an extreme, elongated orbit, waiting. Recent discoveries of distant, oddly behaving objects in the solar system have revived speculation that a massive unknown planet could be responsible. Could this be the remnant of a rogue planet that once threatened Earth? Or worse, could it return? If Earth did face a rogue planet in the past, could it happen again? Astronomers estimate that our galaxy is filled with billions of rogue planets, dark, wandering worlds that follow no fixed path. While the odds of a direct impact are low, a close pass could still wreak havoc, disrupting planetary orbits and triggering global chaos. Scientists continue scanning the skies, hoping to spot any threat before it's too late. But with rogue planets lurking in the darkness of space, invisible until they're nearly upon us, would we even see it coming? And if we did, could we survive it again? The universe is vast, unpredictable, and filled with hidden dangers. Rogue planets are real, and while we may never encounter one in our lifetime, the possibility remains. Perhaps Earth has been lucky so far. Perhaps, buried deep in our planet's history, there's evidence of a near-catastrophic event, one that humanity barely survived. But luck doesn't last forever. So, we must ask ourselves, what will we do when the next rogue planet comes? What do you think? Do you believe rogue planets have threatened Earth before? Let us know in the comments below.